John de Lancie is an American actor, producer, musician, and writer. He has been featured in several recurring roles on American television series, including Q in Star Trek: The Next Generation, Star Trek: Deep Space Nine, and Star Trek: Voyager, Colonel Frank Simmons in Stargate SG-1, Donald Margulies in Breaking Bad, and the voice of Discord in My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Early life: de Lancie was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the son of Andrea and John de Lancie, who was principal oboist of the Philadelphia Orchestra from 1954 to 1977. Acting career: Star Trek: de Lancie portrayed the godlike Q, a recurring character in several of the Star Trek franchises. Q is one of the few characters appearing in multiple shows of the Star Trek franchise, in 8 episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation, in 1 episode of Star Trek: Deep Space Nine, and in 3 episodes of Star Trek: Voyager. De Lancie's son, Keegan de Lancie, appeared with his father as Q's son in the Star Trek: Voyager's episode Q2. Other television roles: in addition to his roles in Star Trek, de Lancie appeared in many other television shows. He was a popular actor on the soap opera Days of Our Lives as Eugene, who one day went down to the basement and was never seen again. He also co-starred in Star Trek writer Michael Piller's creation Legend, had recurring roles in Stargate SG-1 as an NID agent. He has also appeared as Dr. Deroy in 3 television films of Emergency. Additionally, de Lancie has also guest-starred in multiple television series, including Breaking Bad, The West Wing, Charmed, Andromeda, The Unit, Law & Order, L.A., Torchwood, Miracle Day, Touched by an Angel, Mission Impossible and Special Unit 2. De Lancie has also voiced characters in several animated series, including Duck Dodgers, The Angry Beavers, Max Steel, Invader Zim, and the character Discord, who appears in My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Discord was actually inspired by de Lancie's Q, as a being who embodies chaos but is occasionally helpful to the heroes of the show. Film: his film credits include The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Get Smart, Again, The Fisher King, Bad Influence, The Onion Field, Taking Care of Business, Fearless, Arcade, Multiplicity, Woman on Top, Nicholas, Good Advice, Patient 14, The Big Time, Genius, Pathology, Evolver, Reign Over Me, My Apocalypse, and You Lucky Dog. Stage: he has been a member of the American Shakespeare Festival, the Seattle Repertory Company, South Coast Repertory, the Mark Taper Forum, and the Old Globe, where he recently performed Arthur Miller's Resurrection Blues. De Lancie has performed and directed for Los Angeles Theatre Works, the producing arm of KCRW-FM and National Public Radio, where the series that plays The Thing originates. He appeared in Star Trek: The Music, a touring company, with Robert Picardo. De Lancie and Picardo narrate around the orchestral performance, explaining the history of the music in Star Trek. De Lancie performed the character Pierre Curie in Alan Alda's play, Radiance, The Passion of Marie Curie in 2001 at the GFN Theatre in Los Angeles. Video games: de Lancie provided the voice of the character Antonio Melocchio in the PC game Interstate 76, as the Angel Tries in the video game Planescape, Torment, and as Dr. Death in Outlaws. He also provided the voice for William Miles in Assassin's Creed, Revelations and Assassin's Creed III, the voice of Professor Fitzquadrangle in Quantum Conundrum, and Q in the Star Trek: The Next Generation pinball game, Star Trek: Borg, and Star Trek: The Game Show. Documentary: while on stage at the 2012 Ottawa Comic-Con, de Lancie announced that he had made plans to co-produce a documentary about bronies, older, usually male teenage and adult fans of the television show My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. De Lancie stated that he was taken aback by how disrespectfully national news media portrayed the brony fandom. He resolved to do it the right way, and, with the help of producer Michael Brockhoff and director Laurent Malacque, began a Kickstarter campaign to help fund the documentary, now titled Bronies: The Extremely Unexpected Adult Fans of My Little Pony. The Kickstarter campaign began on May 13, 2012 and by June 10, 2012 had reached a grand total of $322,022, becoming Kickstarter's second highest funded film project of all time. Music career: Lancie has performed as narrator with a number of major orchestras including the New York Philharmonic, the Los Angeles Philharmonic, the Philadelphia Orchestra, the Sydney Symphony Orchestra, the National Symphony Orchestra, and the Montreal Symphony. He provided the narration for the world premiere of Lorenzo Palomo's The Snitches with the Oberlin Conservatory Orchestra. Lancie was the host of the Los Angeles Philharmonic Symphonies for Youth for 4 years, where he helped conceptualize the student concerts Don't Educate You Stimulate. In addition, he has written and directed 10 symphonic plays which were produced with the Milwaukee, St. Paul Chamber, Ravinia, Los Angeles, and Pasadena orchestras. Lancie was the writer, director, and host of First Nights, an adult concert series at Disney Hall with the Los Angeles Philharmonic, based loosely on the book of the same name by Thomas Forrest Kelly, which explored the life and music of Stravinsky, Beethoven, Mahler, Schumann, and Prokofiev. In 2006, Lancie made his opera directorial debut with the Atlanta Opera performing Puccini's Tosca on May 18 to May 21. Writing career: Lancie co-wrote the Star Trek novel I.Q. with Peter David, as well as co-writing the novel Soldier of Light with Tom Cool. He was the writer for the DC comic book story The Gift. Personal life: with Marnie Mosselman, Lancie has a son, Keegan Lancie. Filmography: film, television, references. External links: John Lancie at the Internet Movie Database, John Lancie at AllMovie, StarTrek.com biography, John Lancie interview at AMCTV.com, BronyCon, the documentary Kickstarter page.